Welcome back, lads and lassies. DualDEATHLucario here, and welcome back to some more Pokken Tournament versus fans and subscribers. So this is a match that I had against Serene Suicune, who's always in the comments, always is a very supportive fan. But before I say anything more, let's give this man some love. He's got a YouTube channel. I think he deserves more subs. So I'm asking you. I'm not saying check him out simply because, you know, that'd be cool. I'm saying, hey, if you like my content and you want to support someone who's a fan of mine, then go check him out. Link will be in the description. I'll definitely put there will be an annotation on screen, and I'll put another annotation at the end to remind you guys to check this guy out. So let's get into this. Now I am decided to simply play God of War because he went into this extremely confident I would destroy him every round in every game. So I decided to make it a little bit fairer. And I knew my skill level was much higher, so I decided to make it a little fairer by playing all my different characters, except for my main Lucario, because that would be too unfair. Unfortunately, I decided to pick up God of War first, and my God of War is pretty rusty. God of War is one of those characters that, you know, I play. Think of all the characters I play. I play Sceptile, I play Lucario, I play Pikachu Libre, I play Weavile. Those are all characters that like to get into your face, so when I switch over to a zoner, it's a little bit tricky for me to adjust. Don't worry, I only play each character once, so you'll only have to enjoy God of War for this one game, and I do get the hang of things again into the second round. So I do lose that first round because I'm like, how do I play God of War again? And it should be noted that this is his not first time playing Gengar, but he's just learned to play Gengar, so he feels his Gengar is also a little bit rusty. But I decided here, okay, let's just try and do this right. It did take me a minute to remember how to use God of War, well, how I use God of War, and I'm gonna get the hang of it here. So throw out the Psychic as normal, try and catch his movements, and forward Y again, but I get caught. Not really bothering me, no, because I know that I need to just play a little carefully. I think that would be a jump attack. A jump light attack into that combo. But anyway, get him with the mix-up and unblockable here. I like seeing how people react to this, and he just put up his shield, clearly fearing the future sight. So that's just how it works. So 2 forward Ys will wrap it up. And God of War's... we're getting the hang of God of War again. I do know that he could go Mega Gengar, and that would be utterly terrifying. So I get the Fennekin ready, simply because Gengar, a lot of characters can use their burst to go through Fennekin, but Gengar's one of the harder ones since his is a grab. I've seen it done, but it's much harder to pull off, and I just decided, let's give it a go. So, lands with that move there, and I decide to punish that landing with a grab. I try to go for my combo, but Miss Maggie stops me. And again, I go for the mix-up again, and I'm like, okay, what are you going to do? But unfortunately for me, the phases shift, and I'm ready to take this game up. Mega Gengar pops up, and I get hit with that. So run again, get hit with that again. And at this point, I'm taking way too much damage, so I decide, let's just pop the burst myself. And I just go for the burst attack immediately. He throws out a Shadow Ball, so that is going to hit and confirm. So that's me taking the first game. He did say that he was pretty confident I would destroy him, but what can you do? So we're just going to cut out the in-between stuff, and I'll be right back with our second round. Okay, so we're going to dive into the second game. Right here I decided to switch up to Weavile because I just wanted to play my different characters. And I also forgot, he uploaded his side to his channel, so if you head over to his channel you'll see the fight from his perspective. He did it live, unfortunately. I couldn't do it live due to the time at night. But that might be a little easier now that my roommates have moved out and I can finally record late into the night without them complaining. So that'll be good. But anyway, Weavile gets in, try to go for my Ice Punch mix-up, but unfortunately it doesn't work out. And I went for the dive kick there because I thought that would work out. It obviously didn't. Again, it's a bit difficult for me to switch up playing characters every now and then. So, and I just got punched in the air of my Icicle Crash, so that happened. But it doesn't really bother me, so I go for the Togekiss, I run in, I run back to dodge, punish, but I don't expect the dive kick. I could have easily punished that. Block for Shadow Ball, that's the best thing to do. Throw up the Icicle Crash, I'm too fast for him. Doesn't get the punish on my knockoff, so that's very good for me. Punish the Hypnosis and go into the knockoff. Go for the Ice Punch, but just blocks it, so that's completely fine. Go for the combo, that's very good for catching that tornado. And just run in, agility, and go for a grab. And right here, just run in, decide to go for another grab. Because typically, people know the knockoff is coming after a grab because that's the combo. So a lot of people will shield immediately after you phase shifts with a grab. So that's why I went for a knockoff. So bust up the Togekiss just to get the speed. And I just run right past him and go for the grab. Weavile's stupidly fast. So right here I decided to go for a knockoff instead of a grab. He did heal, but he might have realised, oh, he's going to grab me at the last second. So that's why he dropped it. Ice Punch comes through. I'm still too fast, but he just goes for a homing attack. I need to get out of this corner. I decide to go for the Night Slash, the Taunt, sorry, to get out of it. But he does block it, and I cancelled it, so it doesn't really matter. Get my Field Phase mix up, and I tried to go for the grab to finish it up there. I know the Hypnosis is coming. I kicked the Ice Crash in the wrong direction. I've done it again. So I'm just trying to practice my Ice Crash mix-ups. But to avoid getting punished by something, I go straight for my Burst. And he's nearly got his, but I just knock him out of the air with that knockoff. And now I just went for my Burst because I was kind of expecting him to panic, but he just went into his shield. So that was the safest play. Do miss my knockoff. Miss Magius is going to force me to shield. And I tried to go for the grab, but unfortunately I missed it. And he can come back here as he gets me with the Hypnosis. And that is going to be the Hypnosis into grab. And now he's got his Synergy. I'm wondering if he's going to bust it out here or save it for the next round. And when he sees me trying to approach, he goes for the Burst. That's completely fine. But again, I can just run around that. I can just run around Gengar. Goes for the Burst. I think he's too far. Yeah, he's too far. I could have punished that a bit better. But again, I was worried it would hit me, so I tried to get it out of the way. But really, meh, you shouldn't really try and react to Gengar's Burst, because you can't react to it, it's too fast. You only predict it or read it, so upon realising it was either going to hit me or it wasn't, I should just run in. So go for the Dive Kick again, and now I'm just going to go for the Ice Punch mix up, get it. I can't charge it fully because he's on the wall, but it still does half his health. That is really a ridiculous move. So I was expecting him to hold shield, expecting me, because I know my fans probably know what I'm going to do with certain characters, like they know my combos, they know my mix-ups. So I'm sort of expecting him to always know what I'm going to do. I jump over Miss Magius, and I could have went in for another dive kick, but again I thought he'd read that. So, gets me with the counter there and shifts phases. I decided to pop the Rotom here, because I noticed the side Y, and Rotom can actually punish side Y, which is a little ridiculous. So, go for my Burst here. I cancelled the knockoff into a grab, but unfortunately he just jumped out the way, and so I missed my Burst. He misses the grab on me. Start my combo, but I decided to not finish it on shield and just go for the grab. And now Gengar's at 1 health, so just throw out some projectiles until one of them hits. Again, here I expected him to get scared of the ice traps, but he jumped out the way, fair enough. I'm just waiting for one mistake, go for the dive kick, expecting to get him out of that Shadow Ball. Pops the Miss Magius, but unfortunately I just kept attacking and went for another dive kick, and Weavile takes that game. So yeah, this is going pretty well for me, but of course he knew that he expected to get bodied pretty hard, so I can't really blame him. I did promise him I wouldn't bust out Lucario because that would be a little bit unfair. So I'm going to cut all the in-between stuff and we'll be right back with our next match. Alright, so for this match he decided to switch up to Blaziken and I decided to switch up to Sceptile. It was pretty good to get Sceptile back in action. I think you guys are actually getting tired of Sceptile. I just want to ask this right now. I have 2 more Sceptile videos to go and then Sceptile should be finished and we should be able to move on to the next character. Do you guys want those videos uploaded this week? Because one of them is literally ready to be uploaded tomorrow. I can work on the other one today after this, while I'm waiting for this to upload. So if you guys want those 2 Sceptile videos, let me know, and I'll get them up this week. If you'd rather wait and get the last 2 Sceptile videos next week, then wait for that. If you let me know sooner that you don't want Sceptile, then I can get something different, a different sort of video up instead. So anyway, let's get into this one. Sceptile likes to start. I like to start with my Sceptile slow and just wait for the opening. And it seems he's being patient and not falling for any of my shenanigans. I just need some sort of mix-up, and I thought I got it there with the homing attack. I jump out the way, hit him with the Giga Drain, I love that mix-up, and then just throw out the Emolga, and throw out the Leech Seed at his feet. No, he's probably got a shield, so I throw out another Giga Drain. And I could probably just do this all day, but I just decided to grab and shift phases. Mostly because he's got the speed debuff, so I can take advantage of that. Throw out my traps, he goes for the Cresselia, no, gets the speed debuff off him. I'm like, aww. I had a plan and you foiled it. So I've got my traps out, and there we go. Hold my counter, and hold my homing attack, sorry, and get him. And I decided to grab him here. I think he tried to grab me at the same time, but it didn't work out for him. There's only 8 seconds left on the clock. I just throw up projectiles on, use one of these to hit, and that should be it. And the Razor Leaf, is that Razor Leaf? I don't know. I don't think that's Razor Leaf, but that's all I've heard it called. So I go for the Fennekin, because I know I can get a combo off Fennekin if I don't drop it like an idiot. And because it can stop his burst, it can stop his combos. I'm not sure Blaziken can burst through Fennekin. I don't think he can, but I'm not willing to try it. So go for the Detect there, but he blocks it, and then I get juggled. I read the grab, but unfortunately I didn't punish it correctly. Get the counter there and just go for the Leaf Storm. I never mean to do that. I always mean to just go for the longer combo, but I always press Leaf Storm accidentally. So throw up the Bullet Seed, throw up the forward Y, and block the, I don't even know, is that Sky Uppercut? That's not Sky Uppercut, I don't know what move that is. So I could have actually grabbed there, that's the mix-up you can go for. Just attack the shield with Y and then grab it. I get hit with the Heat Wave, unfortunately. And Sceptile's on his last legs. I could easily bust out the burst and maybe bring this back, but I don't want to do that unless I have to. And unfortunately it doesn't work out there as the Blaze Kicks go right through my Leaf Blade. So we're going to go into the last game. See, he's not doing too bad. He's taking wins against me. And I know, like me, he plays multiple characters. I'm not even sure who his main is. I'd imagine it's Suicune because, you know, that's his name, but I don't know. So I just start out throwing up projectiles, and I just run in, and he drops shield at the last second, and I get him. So gets me with the dive kick there, as I don't know what I was doing. No, he's probably going to try and grab me, so I try to jump out the way, but I think he reads that. And so that was good for him, because I know Blazikens like to grab after Blaze Kick. So I tried to jump out the way. Get a little combo here. But unfortunately, yeah, I dropped it there at the end, but that didn't really bother me. Could have went for a cancel into grab there, but I do go for the CEDC grab, and that works out. No, he's probably going to bust out the burst here. And that's exactly what happens. I'm not going to bust mine out until I need it. I can keep him back, I can shift phases. I decided to hold my shield, and we both try to grab each other at the same time there, so that worked out. And does hit me with that. Use the Fennekin, and he's in the middle of a move, so it's unsafe, and I don't get the combo follow-up because I'm really bad at that combo. And I just go for the burst attack, and I do get him on a landing, and that is going to be Sceptile taking this game. So really, I've only got one more character to play, and that should be me played everyone but Lucario. I decided that playing Lucario would be totally unfair since, you know, Lucario is easily my best character, so didn't want to do that. So that's Sceptile going to take the win. We've got one more character to go, and then we should be done. So be right back with the final. So for this final match, he decided to go back to Gengar, and I decided to bust out Arpika. Arpika is my secondary, so I felt the most evil going for this. Since, you know, Arpika, I like to think my Arpika is pretty solid, but I really want more Pikachu experience, so I decided to bust him out here. And yeah, secondary character, so I think this is going to go very well for me. So dodge V forward Y and get in with the dive kick. Tried to go for the standard combo there, but he just blocked it, so I jumped out the way and just get my standard wild charge combo, and that's him at half health already. See, Pikachu Libre does more damage than you think she does. So I just go for another homing attack, and just need to get in here, go for the, get him on the wall there, then just throw out attacks, conditioning him to block or counter, and then just finish him up with an Electro Web. Standard thing I like to do, get my opponents against the wall, condition them to block, and then just grab them. So I've got the Jirachi on point, I've got the burst on point, so this is looking very well for me, very bad for him. So, expecting more attacks, so jumped over them and getting the Flying Dutchman. And get the grab here. Suplex. So run in and go for the flying press this time and get it down. Tried to go for my standard combo, but unfortunately he blocked it. And as I decided to throw out the wild charge, and is that game? I think that's game, and that is game. So thank you guys very much for watching. Again, remember to check out Serene Suicune. The annotation to his channel should be on the screen. Check him out. It would be really cool if you did, because he's a cool guy and deserves more love. Thank you guys very much for watching, and